And when humans can't withstand what's provided by someone who uses not only language, but time to control, not only language and time to control, but now dialect, tone, and even more scary, eye contact, along with gesture, they include with their observations of behavior now. Hitler made the first two processes for medicine and what they now call mental health. Methamphetamine crack and potentially other drugs, along with a system of psychology and professional doctors called psychiatrists who evaluate what a person says and does in an interview, and in a location where they can visually identify problems they need to modify. Proclaiming they're helping humans' emotions, making their minds stronger and their bodies more powerful. But only for those who are intelligent and brilliant and genius, and not naive. And confused by misdirection. Minimizing, in other words, the amount of people, humans, who hear about a glass house and a mirror and don't simply hear but think, are those who are not addicted to drugs and chemicals and substances. And dominated by thugs and gangsters and cartels, and someone who's prescribed Adderall and moves faster than Superman and has better eyes than an optometrist, staring hard and at the right second, relaxing their pupils. A rule for a reward, and for a lot stimulation and acceptance. Antifa and Black Lives Matter, lastly, have spent their time similar to those Marxists I sat in club discussions with at Western Washington University, talking about philosophy and theory, how smart those Europeans were with their writing and their thought, and how much better off everyone would be with no capitalism. And most importantly of all, eliminating all those fascist, racist, homophobic, xenophobic, nasty and disgusting humans who are causing suffering and poverty, and preventing anarchy from taking over now. Their tactics and strategies use behavior and observation, parts of a system with processes and a much talked about racist system they say needs to be eliminated without any further explanation for what system they're talking about now. In other words, using those activists and protesters, techniques, skills, slave owners used to use in the Deep South to have fresh cotton and some booze and tobacco from the fields, raising their fists similar to those Nazi salutes with the swastika in their eyes, using propaganda, clothing and style, more exuberant and colorful and cultural, they say, than those fascist Nazi, Hitler, racists. But using an argument for an objective and a goal, and ignoring attention, awareness, and consciousness. Nowadays, everyone says break everything, destroy everything, erase all information and history, and also stop science, technology, engineering, and math to achieve their purpose. And without explicitly saying, theoretically, afterwards they will make a better world, a better country, a better state, and then a better planet Earth. And instead of freedom, there will be suggested terminology to describe what they accomplish, along with other required parts, not called processes, within their government, not called a system, including art and entertainment, legalize drugs, prostitution, hypothetically. And a military who does what they require and request. Now, Hitler heard voices and whispers and had guns and knives and weapons to defend his laws, his Nazi code. And coincidentally, now there's humans dressed in black carrying those same objects, declaring the same obedience and adherence to their demands. Denouncing Christianity as a racist Jesus, and using a small vocabulary to require what they say has to do with cognitive dissonance, but never speaking about neuroscience and improvements with engineering and technology to assist those who are confused and hallucinating, suffering and hungry. Using mind to control and brain to indoctrinate. Teaching and requiring learning. And never mentioning a freedom called brain, body, world. With synapses and neurons instead of cells in a brain dying from some paint sniffed in a bag. Heart and lungs and stomach, tenacity and grit and hormones to acquire energy called food and water. And recommending sleep to those who are weary and tired and frustrated and aggravated from imprisonment. and distress. Now,